You just let me know when you're ready.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. You recording? Oh, you're recording me.
Gotta get a little snack in before you start a video. What's up, YouTube? My name is Marek, and this is my beautiful wife.
Kothney-Issa.
And our little bun in the oven.
Yes.
We don't have a name yet.
Yeah.
But welcome back to the channel. We're really excited to do this video today. There's been so much excitement. We just announced that we're buying 4 acres cash and starting a tiny house village. There's a million things that have to happen between now and when this is all completed. But there's been so much excitement. You guys have been sharing so many words of encouragement and positive messages in the comments, and we so appreciate that. I know that there's been a lot of questions. We've gotten a lot via email, via Instagram, down in the comment section. Yeah, and so today we want to just take this time to answer 50 questions, and hopefully by the end of this you have a really good idea of what it is that we're building and what to expect out of this community.
Yeah, so if you at the end of the video are considering moving to our tiny home, please go ahead and send us an
tiny home community.
What did I say? Moving to our tiny home. Moving to our tiny home.
Moving to our tiny home.
Tiny home.
Ain't gonna be moving into our house.
Oh boy. So if after you've watched this you are seriously considering moving into our tiny home community, then please send us an email. This is not a wait list. This is not a guarantee. This is not an application. We just really want to see who is out there that are actually seriously considering moving, so that we could kind of start to have that conversation, get to know you better, and also we can create an email list to send out communication once we get our Facebook page up and running, as well as our website. So if you're seriously considering, send us an email and we can just touch base there and actually talk through some things.
One of the other things we'll do with that is we'll actually send out a reminder when those things go live, and a reminder when the applications go live, so that you know you have the latest and most up-to-date information. But there's 30,000 of you and only 2 of us, so please only send it if you would actually consider this. You're actually thinking about going tiny, you already live in the Kansas City area, or you would seriously consider relocating.
Yes.
So
we're gonna jump right into it. This is episode 3 of our Building Our Tiny Home Community series. We will be in South Kansas City, Missouri.
So the property is 4 acres. We're going to be starting with 12 sites, and they'll be within 1 acre of the property.
I am not building anything. I don't know why that's so funny. Why is that question worded like that? No, we will not be building the tiny homes. People will bring in their own tiny homes that they've purchased from some company. But I'm not building anything.
Yes, all these tiny homes are built on wheels. They can go with pretty much anyone in the country, since these are units that can be relocated here to Kansas City. Typically, when you're going with a professional building company,
tiny homes can cost anywhere from $40,000 to $100,000, depending on how souped up you would like it to be.
It also depends on the length. Our house is 24 feet long, and they go all the way up to 40-ish. The homes will be required to be either NOAA certified or RVIA certified. So RVIA certification stands for Recreational Vehicle Industry Association, and it is basically like an industry-wide standard for how RVs are built. NOAA certification is a little bit different, and it's more of like an inspection process that goes alongside the build. So either an inspector will come out and gauge the build as it's going, or the person will send photos back and forth. Basically make sure that the home is built to certain standards for safety.
No, only tiny homes on wheels will be accepted.
None of those models that you mentioned, exclusively custom-built tiny homes on wheels. You'll arrive with the home will be blocked, stabilized, and then the homes will be required to be skirted. The skirting material will have to be, of the similar materials to that which the home is built. That way it has a certain aesthetic, and it keeps the community looking nice, and everything looks consistent.
We will not be doing any setups.
Anybody that comes to the community will be responsible for their own setup. This is going to be their home. So one thing I will say is that usually certain tiny house moving companies actually can build that into their price for moving the home for you, or it might be something that, you know, a resident might negotiate with their builders, you know, the moving and the setup process for the home once it gets there.
Yes, you will rent your lot. We will have utilities running onto each pad site.
We're going to run electric, water, sewer, and communication lines. So it'll essentially be a setup, and you're good to go when you arrive at the site. So this is subject to change. We're still messing with some numbers and mapping that out. But for right now, we're thinking that our standard lots are going to go for $500 per month, and our extended lots will be $550 per month.
But that is subject to change. Rent is your water, sewer, trash, as well as other amenities.
So there will be a community garden. Each person will have their own plot of land in the community garden where they can plant whatever they want to plant. There are also, well, not whatever they want to plant, but a community garden for fruits and vegetables.
Community garden. We also will have a community fire pit, as well as a community grill and patio area.
So we have two different lot size. The standard lot size can accommodate homes up to 36 feet, and the approximate square footage on those lots is around 975 square feet. So as you can tell, that's a pretty sizable front yard. The second size will be homes up to 40 feet in length, and those lots are about 1,100 square feet.
It's quite a bit of space. You imagine putting two other tiny homes in front of your yard, and that'll be about the width. You can do whatever you would like on your lot as long as it looks good and you return it to how you found it. No outside storage will not be allowed around the home.
Tools and supplies and things like that. We want to keep it looking very beautiful. We want it to look very nice, but we will have a not centralized, but we will have a dedicated area in the community for people to put their own storage unit on if they want to pick up one or if they want to build one, whatever they want to do. But all of these storage units will be in one designated area, not on each specific lot.
There will not be a laundry facility on the property.
But there are multiple laundry facilities in the area, less than a mile away. The closest one is less than half a mile away.
You should get a washer and dryer unit in your home if you would not like to use the laundromat that is less than half a mile away from the property. Some people just will prefer to use their own. So if that's you, you might want to get one in your home.
You've seen our home, and we have a stacked unit. It doesn't take up that much space. There's also several models where you can do the combo unit in your house. But if it's important to you and you don't want to go back and forth, especially in the winter or whatever the case may be, I would say it's certainly important for you to prioritize that as part of your tiny house build. So the leases will be anything from 1 year to 2 years. 2 years is going to be our max lease, but obviously re-sign-ins, we can address when we get to that point.
I think it's a pretty nice neighborhood, actually. There's it's very quiet, and all of the homes have like really sizable yards. Lots
of schools in the area, parks in the area, lots of businesses. I like the area quite a bit. Pets will be allowed, but the only rule we have is residents have to pick up after their dog. You just have to. Like, that's the only rule around pets. Happy to have them, but please clean up behind them.
Smoking will not be allowed on the property whatsoever.
We will handle disputes like adults.
Disputes will be handled like adults.
We're not the police. We're not the neighborhood police. We're not the argument police.
Hopefully everyone can be civil and respect each other.
I will say, though, we've lived in a community that was, based around this exact same model, and there were no disputes. You're going to have a lot in common with your neighbors. You're going to have so many levels that you guys relate on right off the bat that typically, we don't even expect that. But if that is the case, let's handle it like adults. Let's love each other. Let's respect each other.
I think the City feels pretty good about it. There's already a tiny home community here in Kansas City. It is called the Veteran Community Project. The tiny homes are not on wheels, so that's going to be a little bit different, but they are very familiar with tiny homes in general.
All of our preliminary discussions with them have been very positive, very upbeat. We feel good about this. There's a lot of requirements. There's a lot of things we're going to have to do, and there's a ton of planning that's going to be involved. But we feel confident that if when we take care of everything that we need to take care of, we feel confident that the city will support us and be behind us on this. It will require special zoning. Yeah, what we're doing is essentially putting together a plan to have the area rezoned to master plan development. We will be living on the property. We are going to be kind of tucked away off the street a little bit and also put up some signage asking people to respect the privacy of the residents.
We will also have a gate for cars to drive in and out that belong on the property. That way we're controlling the traffic.
Depending on the popularity of it and how things go, we're certainly going to schedule some tours so people can come out, take a look, see what we got going on.
You can expect 2 parking spaces for each lot. We will have them closest to your home. They will not be on your specific site, but they'll be right behind the homes, so they'll be pretty close still. There will be assigned parking. The parking will be numbered for your specific lot. Yes, children are allowed, of course.
Yes, there's a park less than 1 mile away. It's about a 2-minute drive.
There's a library less than a mile away.
Composting toilets are not allowed. We can only take in standard flushing toilets. Will be connected to city sewer. Yes, recycling and trash will be available on the property. Those things will be removed and taken out on a weekly basis.
Each resident will have their own mailbox, and you'll get a key that you'll be able to access your mail with. This is our hopes anyway. We still have to talk to the postmaster and make those things happen.
Yeah, so we're going to have one centralized space on the property where people can either buy a storage shed or build a storage shed, but there won't be space for storage shed on each individual lot, just in the centralized area.
We will have community rules. We don't have them yet, but we will have them. But it won't be like anything crazy. We just want you to be able to live with your neighbor and respect them and love them.
So right now, the latest information will be coming right here to YouTube. Once we get our Facebook up, the website goes live, and we're ready to start taking applications. We'll announce that here, and you'll be able to find more up-to-date information at those places.
We are not taking applications as of yet, but you can send us an email if you are seriously considering moving to our tiny home community.
We don't have a wait list set up yet. We're going to set something up, but it'll be closer to the spring, just so that things are a little bit more organized. Everybody gets the chance to understand the project a little bit better, and we can kind of narrow it down to more serious inquiries. So for us, obviously you got to make money and you got to make a living. But I think one of the things that we saw, within our time in this tiny house and also within a tiny house community is just the ability to take kind of back control of our lives and be free. So with paying off all of our debt within the first 2 years of living in this home and then moving into a tiny house village and the relationships and the community building with our neighbors, it was just something that has been very, very positive and a very, very different change for us in our life, and something that we've appreciated so much. So we want to create an atmosphere where we can kind of replicate that and create that opportunity for other people to challenge themselves and meet some of their own goals.
I really enjoyed the Lake Dallas tiny home community that we lived in before we moved back home, and I just really enjoy living in community with others, and so that is what I'm most excited about creating here in Kansas City. Tomorrow. Let's just use your answer.
So we're not sure yet exactly when this will be. Development projects are very complex and take a lot of time. But if we can finish this in 2021, we would be extremely proud of ourselves. If not, I would say probably late summer to early fall of 2022. But Do not quote me on that. We got a long way to go and a lot of things to do, but that's kind of what we're thinking in our heads as it is today.
Thank you so much for watching. We love you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.